Part of the conference for me. Brothers and sisters, aloha. Aloha. I bring you greetings from the Valley Island of Maui, where I've had the privilege to live over the last 11 years. There are places I remember all my life, but some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. Each of these places have their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all. I would say that that's probably my favorite Lennon McCartney song from the Beatles. I loved it so much now it's been burned and etched into my memory. It's so wonderful to see all of you today. Some of you I've met this weekend. Some of you I met in West Hollywood at the Roosevelt Hotel in 1988. It's so good to be with my family of choice today. This part of the devotional is to remember those people that are near and dear that are no longer physically with us. I'd like to briefly share the names of 3 people who have passed away within the last 12 months. My first trip to affirmation, where I could not admit that I was gay, was on May 15, 1988, when a straight friend of mine, who was also LDS, said, "I don't want to insult you, but I think that this might be interesting for you." So we got into his car and drew up into the Castro district to the Metropolitan Community Church, and the angel and the devils on my shoulders were going at back and forth. No, don't go in. And the other side says, "Come on. Let's go, up the stairs. And I knocked, and I opened up, and it was Ron Kershaw, who said, "Welcome to Affirmation, Gay and Lesbian Mormons. Please have a seat." And in a room full of 31 people, I discovered that I wasn't the only gay Mormon on the planet. And they literally saved my life, and I've been pouring it forward. Lee Beardall was one of those 31 people. He was from Salinas, and then in the last few years of his life, he was in Salt Lake. Although not active on the national level, he would regularly make a trip up to Salinas. Imagine driving 3 hours just to come to an affirmation meeting. And he was there for me, and he would listen. And he would share a story. And he died of a heart attack in January of this year, and I was saddened to lose him. I wish you knew Barry Blum. Some of you know Barry Blum. I met him, let's go back. In 1988, I was too afraid to march in the Pride Parade. I helped the chapter blow balloons, and then I ran down to my parents' house and curled into a fetal position because I had been out only a month. A year later, I was in charge of the affirmation contingency in San Francisco. And when we rounded that corner and the cheers and the elation, tears just started running down my face. And part of our contingency was Barry Blum of Reno, Nevada. Very, very shy and unassuming, but a very, very beautiful person. When one of our members was dealing with advanced age, dementia, and Alzheimer's, he accepted the responsibility of taking care of this person for the rest of his life. He cared for Hoyt Grant. And Hoyt Grant, he was a major figure in the 1980s and early 1990s, and he cared for Hoyt until Hoyt finally passed away. We lost Barry about a month before his 50th birthday. person that I want to share was not even LDS. But he had the fortune or misfortune of meeting Alan Blodgett. Alan Blodgett was of LDS background. And so Alan taught Bruce Bowers about Mormonism and about affirmation. And Bruce came to these conferences. As a matter of fact, he was at last year's conferences and attended probably the last 7 conferences. I met Bruce in the year 2003. And he was amazed. He was amazed at how we had survived through such great adversity. And he came to the conferences and he made friends, and he made major contributions to this organization each year, $400 to $500. Not that he believed in Mormonism, but he believed in our cause and the fact that we were saving lives. I would like to open up right now to the group here. If you would please use the words, "I remember," and then share the name of somebody that you love very much, which is no longer with you. And I'm going to start with, I remember Ina Mae Murray and Stella Armillo Lopez.
I remember DJ Thompson.
I remember Stuart Mattis.
I remember Christian Scheme. I remember Farrell Hurst.
I remember Billy Pierce.
I remember Billy Lanier.
I remember Steve Smith.
I remember Janelle Martin Heffernan.
I remember Sidney Simonson.
I remember Jim Lalonde.
Thank you, and God bless.
The choir, please.